Well, hello everybody, and this is Auntie, and let's get into our review of Love After Lockup, Season 7, Episode 18, Toe Rings and Parley Flings.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my consistent reviews. All the y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie's Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie's Advice.
Well, welcome back everybody. And this is Auntie. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day. Oh my God, this episode was a hoot and a half, but we got some things we need to talk about. I'm hoping everybody is having a great Sunday on purpose. Thank you all so much for spending my birthday with me on Friday night. Covering all things Love After Lockup. Special shout out to According to Amber, who told people to come on over here and celebrate me. I love that girl. She real, and thank you, Amber. Anyway, y'all, let me shout out my members of Auntie's Advice. Y'all make sure y'all have y'all notification bells on, because I just put up a upload for y'all. Hello there, Yazelle. Hey JW1063. Hello, girl. What's the tea? Hey Ray Della. Hey Shoni B77. Welcome everybody. So let's get into this. Hey Gamma Marie. Boo. Hi, sweetie. Gamma Marty 03. Welcome. Boo. Hey Philly Fox. Hey sweetie. So I have an outline that I created so I can stay on focus with this cotton freaking show. So the first couple that I want to cover, let me bring them up on the screen, because you know we gotta have them up on the screen and look them in their face while we're talking about them. We gotta have them in their, up in the face, okay, so we can talk about them to their face. The first couple I want to talk about is Charlie and Hillary. So last week we saw Hillary outside, bumming a cigarette and having to go into the bathroom after the fact, right? Because she had said she was going to the bathroom to change into this ugly 70s silver dress that he had for her out of the dollar store. And so she went outside, she got her little cigarette and all of that kind of stuff. And now she's coming back. She's coming back to the table. And so, of course, he's physically and verbally irritated that it took her as long as it did for her to come back to her master, to fulfill his needs of having this little hibachi dinner. Now remember, when she sat down with him, he indicated that he didn't have a whole lot of money and he had a coupon. And we know that he doesn't have any money. He said that he's waiting on a settlement from his wife passing, and that's like $200,000, I think it is. But ultimately, this guy's broke, and he doesn't know who he's dealing with. Even though Hillary has been incarcerated for the last 2-3 years, she still had, that luxurious life that she was living. So Hillary says that Charlie is sweet, but he's a lot to handle. Right. And this was immediately after she got out of jail, and she felt like everything felt really just really overwhelming to her. She sat down at the table, and she wanted to she's trying to start her life. And so one of the things she wanted to do was send a text message to her mother to tell her mother, okay, mom, I'm gonna come, I'm home, I'm out of jail, and I want to come back and get my stuff. And she showed him her cell phone and said, hey, look at this and tell me whether or not you think that this is appropriate. She was just like, hey, mom, I'm, just the basics. And he said, say, I love you and miss you in it. And she said, I'm not going to do that. Well, the reason why she didn't want to do that is because she is an estranged relationship with her mother. She said that when she was incarcerated, her mother was embarrassed by her. She, tried to contact her mother and all that kind of stuff, and the mother rejected her, never got back in contact with her and stuff. And so she's like, she don't really want to recover this relationship with her mother. She just want to go and get her stuff and be done with it. And so Charlie is like, okay, well, you do what you want. We've already been seeing signs out of Charlie that he is one controlling mofo. And I think that, we're going to probably be seeing more because he just graduated after a while. He says he has these little sarcastic comments and stuff like that he makes to and about her. And it's just not cool. For instance, the little golden spoon. He said he wants to spoil Hillary and make her feel like she's upgraded now that she's with him. So he gives her this daggone golden spoon and want her to eat rice and noodles with it. What are you doing, dude? You could have got her some golden chopsticks since you had a coupon to the joint. I'm sure they got. So anyway, she's sitting there and she was he told her, you can see yourself in the golden spoon and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so she was like, okay, she's been laughing along with him. She's not laughing with him. She's laughing to keep from screaming. She is laughing to keep from going up off on him because this is a rude mofo. So she's sitting there with her fork and she's eating her food and he tells her to use the spoon. So she's trying to oblige him, but she couldn't because nobody in their right mind is eating any noodles with a spoon. Now he was eating with his, but it looked like his dish was different than hers. And nonetheless, he sits there and says, okay, well, you do what you want to do. But you can tell it's obvious that he has an attitude. So he goes on to tell us that he spent $1,000 on her since the time she'd been in jail. That's pennies in comparison to what all these other people have been spending on their people and stuff like that. He thinks that Hillary should appreciate everything he did for her, including the gifts, the jewelry, the clothes, and giving her some daggone attention. Well, guess what? You the one that this man is an a-hole, in my opinion. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to see him another season because I believe they said at the end that the two of them are going to come back. And so now we see, Kim take her to, this little bridge and everything. Now, mind you, she came out of there and her shoes and stuff was comfortable. Maybe her outfit needed to be changed, but she had already had her little jeans and, her little huckabuck sweater on. So he makes her wear these cowboy boots. Now he got her in this silver dress. He got her in this polyester, don't light a cigarette around the jacket or it's going to explode or melt. And he gets her out and he makes her, he already know that the boots are uncomfortable for her. Mind you, the girl ain't had no daggone cowboy boots on in 3 years, okay? Because she been locked up in jail. And so he parks her down at the end of this bridge and has her walk up the bridge. She's trying to tell him, mofo, that her feet is hurting and everything. And he doesn't care. He said he's trying to protect and provide for her and not control her, though he admits later on she done gained weight. She's sitting up there eating, trying to do what she do. He buying her clothes. And he gonna sit there and say that the woman done gained 20, 30 pounds since she been in jail and she need to lose weight. If you don't get the out of here, if you don't get out of here, He's criticizing the woman's way because he said the dress was. Anyway, he walks her up on this bridge. He takes her, to the middle of the bridge, and he decides this is one of those lock bridge. So he has a lock for her. He said, "You want to put one on this?" She's like, "Yeah." She's just laughing her way through not crying. She is miserable with him. Then after that, he decides that he's going to propose to her. He's pulling her boot off, and she's telling him, "No, I'm uncomfortable with it. Don't pull my boot off." And so he's pulling the boot off of her foot, and he puts a ring on it. Now, how many of y'all women know if you have not sized that ring, that toe ring, and you haven't done, picked it out yourself, walked in some shoes and stuff with it, those things are uncomfortable. She already in uncomfortable boots. He don't know what size her toe is and whether or not this thing is squeezing the BBs out of her or not. He doesn't even care. And she's like, "I wish you had did this. Let me at least get a pedicure, and all of that kind of stuff." And ladies, y'all know how we are about our feet. He like, "You all right, child, you all right." It's like she a doll baby for him. Something for him to play with, for him to dress up, play dress up, and next thing you know, he's gonna be having a tea party. Maybe that's what the spoon was for the tea party they gonna have later on in the night. Like, you don't treat somebody like this. And she was like, "This is just so embarrassing on so many levels for me, right? This is just completely embarrassing." And it is. Who treats somebody like that? So anyway, after she does that, they come off. He proposes to her, and she says yes. She said yes because she's uncomfortable. He tries to say that he's not controlling, but anytime you got to say you're not controlling, you're controlling. I don't know why I'm having such problems. If y'all can see something is going on, she admits to us that he is controlling and he's nasty and he's rude. And I say, go back to your ex husband. Go back to the man who is willing to love you the way you need to be loved. And at least if he don't, you got some money and you got a comfortable lifestyle. It's just as simple as that. The next couple that I want to talk about, which was sad, okay, because we ain't spending a whole lot of time out here today, y'all. The next couple I want to talk about is Rich and Felicia. So Felicia and the girls go up to the gym. She has been suspecting Rich of this and suspecting Rich of that. And as I said when we were watching the live, Rich is everywhere he's supposed to be and everywhere he said he was going to be. She talks to Rich, about why he disappeared and failed to communicate with her, right? And basically, Rich he's an avoidant, right? He's going to avoid. He's going to talk around in circles instead of just saying. When I was coming up from where they were at in New Orleans, I got pulled over and I've been locked up for the last 6 days. He don't say it. He makes an excuse and say, "Well, y'all put me out of y'all party, out the family at the crawfish party. You put me out, so I figured you wanted your space." And she was like, "What? I mean, yeah, we put you out, because you was acting all crazy and everything, but that doesn't mean that I needed my space." And so he's just playing the games with her. So she basically tells him, "I know you was locked up. We saw the mugshot." He still didn't want to talk about it. He talks around it. Now remember, this is the girl that came to him in his dreams. This is the girl that he's supposed to be with. So she's like, I'm right here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So the two of them, she asked him whether or not he'd been with another woman and stuff. And he's like, no. And so he's like, "Hey, since you here, let's go to dinner. Let's talk about it and all that kind of stuff." So she goes back outside and her cousins and her aunt and them want to fight him. And I thought that that was just very ignorant. I didn't know that Sicilians was like that. And the only reason why, and I say that with sarcasm, because everything that she has been saying, she's been saying, Sicilians don't do this, Sicilians don't do that. And yet, and still, she's up there acting like, somebody, she's acting a straight ratchet. Is this what she wants to? Is this what the example that she wants to give us about Sicilian women? I don't believe that Sicilian women would go up to somebody's job, drive from one state to another state to go to somebody's job for them to fight. Like, this is stupid. And her aunts and them are too old for that. They all have been incarcerated. So they want to go back to jail for an assault and battery charge. I don't understand. Y'all help me understand what are they trying to communicate? That they hard? What are they trying to communicate here? Just asking for a friend. What are they trying to say? That they ghetto fabulous? They do drive-bys at people. Excuse me. The man was at the gym like he said he was. She said that, his behavior has made it suspicious and she wants to be with him and all of that. Of course, Rich denies it. They go to the restaurant, right? Because she had told her family she wanted to go to the restaurant. And they was out there talking about, she probably going, one of the cousins said she probably going to get pregnant. And the aunt was like, I don't want her to get pregnant. But the girl from the jail was like, they was kicking it in the jail. Like, they was close and everything, right? But Rich is tripping. Rich is mad and he's embarrassed about the divorce situation. As a matter of fact, one of the Instagrammers has put his divorce record out there, right? I didn't think y'all needed to see that. But anyway, I'm just like, okay. So anyway, he admits that he shut her out and she wants to make sure that he's not with another woman. So they go out to a restaurant and all of that together. And she's just trying to connect with him and just trying to tell him, I'm here for you. I'm interested in being in this relationship with you. Why don't you want to be in this relationship with me? Why are you fronting? Why being evasive and all of that kind of stuff with your answers? And he just like, I don't know whether or not I really even want to, do this out. I don't know. Instead of just saying, you broke my heart when you act like you didn't know whether or not I was divorced when you walked through that with me. And then he says, maybe we had maybe it was in another lifetime that we got together. I said, boy, stop. He says that he hasn't been with another woman, right? But she said she just wanted clarity on their future. She wanted to know exactly where she stands in his life and whether he sees a future with her. And then, basically, Rich just tells her he's letting the universe guide the relationship. And she was like, the universe got me right here. What got me crossing state lines to come and see you, the freaking universe. She said that, she really wanted Rich to be her soulmate. She wanted to marry him and build a future together with him. But she realizes he can't even answer the most basic questions about their relationship. And she's not telling a lie. Felicia, that when Rich refuses to give her a clear answer, she decides to just go ahead on and get in the Uber and go on. That's all she could do. Thank you so much, baby Philly Fox, for the $2 super chat. Timu Sicilian. I'm from the Bronx. Okay. You Sicilian, baby, Philly Fox. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He is a mess. Happy belated. I love you. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate you. Let me give you a song real quick. Excuse me, y'all, while I handle my birthday gift song. Thank you so much, boo.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, boo. I love you, baby Philly Fox. Thank you. So baby Philly Fox said, yes, he is Sicilian. And they are Timu. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. I just don't understand what she's trying to communicate, right? So I don't want anybody to think that I was saying something flippant. I'm just saying the whole episode, she's been talking about the difference between them and other people. And here she's sitting up here acting ratchet, going to somebody's job, acting a plum fool downtown to the streets. Now, let me tell you who is really like shocking me and taking me for a whole loop, and that's this cotton freaking Cyrus. Cyrus is sitting up there with 5 teeth in his mouth because he got his butt whooped up in that jail. We find out this episode that Cyrus and Jaden knew each other from being in a hole together. This is a mofo who's so uncomfortable with his life and his experience, got so much trauma, he's sleeping on the floor. He won't even sleep with Dia. But this is what Dia get for being disrespectful to her mother. Let me tell you something, honey. I ain't got not one whoop her, not one give a damn for Dia. I don't even have one. Whatever she go through, that's what she gonna go through. She deserve it all the way up the yang yang and back. Sure do. You ain't gonna see me give a good God on what this girl experiences in this relationship with this man. And I don't mean to be no nasty old woman, honey, but I mean to be a nasty old woman. Her mother sat there and tried to tell her raggedy about this mofo. And all she has done is give her mother hell and let him sit up there and talk to her mama any kind of way he wanted to. Up out of here. So, of course, she's been pressing Cyrus to go and have a confrontation with Jaden about Jaden calling her and all of that, but she ain't blocked him off her cell phone. Every iPhone that I got, every iPhone that's in this house, and one Android got a block feature where you can block a mofo. So this isn't as unwanted as she wants. Hey, Kevin Jones. Hey, boo. Hey, sugar. So she tells Cyrus that Jaden is continuing to reach out to her, and she believes he's intentionally trying to create problems because he still has feelings for her. But what your man Cyrus didn't tell you is that both of them lived in a hole together. They see usually in the hole, when they go in the hole, they in solitude confinement. But for this particular relationship, they put them in there together, so they ain't do nothing but bond. I bet you Jaden kept him from getting a whole lot of ass whoopings. Especially since he done came home with his whole grill shifted. Now, Jaden admittedly said that he did want to be back with her. But Jaden was hitting her up and telling her, is Cyrus home? Let's get Cyrus my number. Whoop-de whoop-de whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. But you wouldn't have known any of that if you had blocked Jaden. You like the attention, in my opinion, because I'm going to tell you one thing, honey. If Auntie don't want you to get in contact with her, you not. You ain't getting in contact with me by P.O. Box or nothing that. You couldn't even fly a plane across the sky and have me look at it. So you want this. So Cyrus tell Dia that he gonna go down there, that he loves her and he don't want anything to send him back to prison. He's determined to walk away if Jaden becomes aggressive because their relationship is too important. Because she told him, I'm pressed for you to go down there and talk to Jaden, but don't do nothing gonna get you locked up. He said, I ain't, I love you. Our relationship is important. Wasn't important enough for him to put a ring on it. He didn't feel like it wanted to put a ring on it. Oh. And he got the ring in his pocket, his dirty, nasty Linfield pocket. So he goes down there to have a confrontation with Jaden while she's sitting up there bragging about it on the daggone phone with her family member. She think this chaos and conflict is cute. And you ain't gonna tell me no different. That's my opinion. That's what I said. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, because y'all notice my nails are starting to try to lighten up, y'all. Okay, I've been doing my little treatments. Anyway, you'd have to see the video to understand what I'm saying. But anyway, so I think she likes this chaos. I think she likes this confusion. I think that she feels like this is chivalrous. She got two men fighting over her. Girl. So now Cyrus is down there talking to Jaden, and he gonna walk up there with his little girly looking coat on. Was it hers? Was it Dia coat? Because men zipping up on one side, women do on the other. But anyway, I digress. And so he talking to Jaden, talking about, I heard that it's a whole lot of stuff that you've been saying about me downtown to the jail. Ain't nobody telling you but her. Ain't none of the homeboys in the jail told you that Jaden been saying something. Jaden was like, I ain't been talking about you. I ain't saying nothing about you. Well, I mean, Dia don't want you to call her no more. Okay. He said, I think it's jacked up. He tell him that the communication needs to stop, but he out there trying to act all hard, and his daggone pants is down to his thighs, almost down to his knees. If Jaden really wanted to, he'd have whooped him. When he walked up on him, he was like, what's up with that mustache? And Jaden was like, what's up with them cornrows? That's a question of the hour. Talking about he was dirty macking. Whether Jaden was spreading lies about him while he was incarcerated. Jaden was home with her. I'm gonna tell you something wrong with her. But anyway, he was home with her and sleeping with the city girl. After Jaden told him, he said, man, I just was hitting her up because I was just trying to basically see when you was coming home, make sure you had my phone number and everything, and you was hooked up. He said, I think I got some messages and stuff where I could prove that that's what I was doing. And he was like, oh, okay, well, send it to me. But I just thought that you told him not to talk to you and Dia. So now you want messages? Because at the end of the day, Cyrus himself don't trust child, have I been calling her? Don't trust Dia. Because after he listened to what Jaden's side was, he admits he's confused and says if Dia has been lied to him, that would change the way he sees their relationship. But guess what? When he walked away, when he swiveled away, he was already convinced that Jaden was telling the truth because these men been in battle together. And so when Cyrus get back home, now he all withdrawn. He don't want to talk to her about what's going on. She trying to press him out, right? Because she want to be able to tell her sister, my man is hard. Now, mind you, we done found out from Starcasm that she done did her own prison time. I don't know if y'all don't know about it or what, but she been in prison her daggone self. And so Cyrus comes home. He's distant from her emotionally. He's telling Dia he don't want to discuss it, the meeting, because he got a whole lot to think about. And she pressing him to the point now they arguing about whether or not you touch me or not. What, you ain't sleeping in the bed? He said he don't want to sleep in the bed with her because he got trauma from jail. So why he ain't stayed on his mama house? He don't know whether or not he want to be a daddy, whether he fit to be a daddy. He doesn't want this relationship. He just locked into it. But what he don't understand is that his mama take him back. So Dia is confused because he all cold towards her, right? And he's all withdrawn, and he's refusing to tell her what happened with him and Jaden. He basically told her, I told him not to call me and you no more. That's it, and that's all. But at the same token, he gonna sit there and watch for them text messages to come out. That verification on whether or not she lied, because he got to have an excuse to get out this relationship instead of just getting out the mofo. He got to have an excuse to get out of it. For what? She said that she's, really suspicious about Jaden. She believes that Jaden is doing everything to break them up. For what? He ain't got to do much. Your man doing it all by himself. She tells Cyrus that she's hurt by how distant he's become since meeting each other. She said that he had promised, that so she said that, he's showing her a lack of affection, which makes her question whether or not he still wants her, or even wonder if there's somebody else in the picture, because he isn't acting like the man she talked to while she was in prison, because she had to tell Cyrus that, while you was incarcerated, he kept talking about how excited he was to be with her physically, and I'm gonna be all over you, and making her, current behavior, it makes his current behavior, confusing to her. And he said that it's just an adjustment for him, that he used to sleeping on the floor. He can't sleep at night. He's still in jail. So that means that just lets me know that he was somebody's little B-boy while he was in there, because he got trauma. He got deep trauma. He says that he loves Dia but isn't comfortable being compared to Jaden. The first thing she wanted to do was talk about how affectionate Jaden was. Jaden was very affectionate. He was always on me. But this is the same mofo that you don't want to talk to. This is the same mofo that you want Cyrus to go down there and possibly get another tooth shifted in his mouth. Because Jaden looked like he would beat him down to the ground if need be. And probably get up and be crying because he had to hurt his homeboy. Jaden looked like he's uncomfortable with it. He said he living down there with these in this country bumpkin. Did he say country bumpkin town? He joning on the place. He said the place is smaller during the day than it is at night. He get up in the morning and it's a rooster out there. Okay, and he like spazzing out. She don't like cigarette. He wouldn't kiss her, right? And she said she didn't like the cigarette smoke, right? And she said that's the reason why she wasn't still with her old boyfriend, her husband, because she had got, the romance started reducing because she didn't want to kiss nobody with an ashtray mouth. So he was like, don't compare him to me. If you smoking, I'm comparing you to him. You are him. And I'm going to treat you like I'm not going to be She didn't want that tobacco smell and all of that up in her mouth like that. Like she don't. But at the same time, you don't throw Jaden up in nobody's face. I think she still got a thing with Jaden. She just embarrassed because the town ain't got but 5 houses, so everybody know. The daggone what she called the girl, the daggone county city whore or whatever she called the girl. She probably down the street looking like that. Cause let Cyrus tell it ain't but 5 homes in the whole city. So her next door neighbor. He said he wanted to turn that daggone rooster into some chicken. Some fried chicken. He miserable. So next thing you know, we see him, he still got the ring on him. He dig down in his pockets and his knees, and he still got the ring. He go hides it up in the garage. He don't want to be with that girl, and he don't want nothing to do with them children either. Because the convenience of him To walk up in her door when she's trying to entertain her children and stuff like that, for him not to even stop and be like, "What's up, y'all?" Adapt the, at least dap the kids up. Act like you see them downtown on the floor. He don't care nothing about that. He don't care nothing about that. I tell you what, I don't think this is the first time, but this daggone couple, throuple, held this season together. They held this season together. If it weren't for Bonita, Goddess, and Damon, this season would have ended with a two-star rating, in my opinion. This They held this down. Every week I looked for them to be on the show. Unequivocally, they held it down. Without a doubt. No argument, no nothing. They held the season down. Yes, they did. Gigi, at this point, has realized that her man been living a double life. Because Bonita did not hold back. She didn't hold no water. She spilled all the tea, the water, and everything else that was up in that daggone restaurant on demand. The two of them leave out together, go to another bar, and he decides that he want to come because he can't believe that his plan that he had for them to live a poly relationship is backfiring on that ass. Okay, and the reason why it is because you wasn't man enough. You wasn't man enough. Okay, to do what you needed to do. Let me leave this right here. You were man enough. So the two of them go to a restaurant. He buzzes them and like, okay, what y'all doing? What y'all do? You true. Bonita and Goddess sit together and they have enough time to clarify what's going on. Bonita basically told her she was engaged to this mofo. She tell the both of them put their little stories together as quick as they could. He driving over there. He come in the restaurant. Bonita said, sit down. Sit down, mofo. Sit down. Damon is sitting up there saying that the reason he's trying to justify the reason why he did this is because the downtown on the curb statistics say that for every one man there's 10 women. You a lie. If that was the case, you wouldn't see hardly no men laying on the street homeless. Hello. Where's his 10? Where was your 10? He a lie. He wanted to play both of them. Bonita said, so you got a daughter? She was like, yeah, so your daughter is Zoe? She said, oh, okay. So now they connecting all the pieces together. He come up in there talking about this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get both of y'all together and I wanted to, try to have a relationship, introduce y'all and have a relationship. And then he was trying to backpedal and pussy pop about the relationship between him and Bonita. And Bonita was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Let me go through my phone. You sent me this, you sent me that. We was engaged. What you're not going to do is play both of us. Goddess is sitting back in the rear. Bonita driving the tractor trailer. And Goddess riding in the passenger side of her best friend's ride. I like the fact that they hooked up because guess what he thought it was going to be? Something different. That they was going to be beefing or that they was just going to all fold to him. As little as he is, boy, if you don't get... Let me sing. Let me sing something. If you don't get in this little box, come on. Hop in. Hop in. Come on, hop in. Hop in, boo. There you go. Get in. Okay. And put you in my little back pocket. You little mother. You ain't but that big. Come on now. So, of course, he comes in there. He says that he loves both of them. Bonita said, oh, I love how you said that. Oh, I love how you said that. Say that again. And he was like, I love both of y'all. She said, shh. With that daggone mustard. Squirted the dick out of him. He thought it was funny at first, but now he humiliated. And he's telling them, neither one of y'all, you know what, is made out of gold that y'all think. I said, no, he didn't. He said, ain't none of y'all. Bonita was like, boy, do you see me? I am. Bad as I don't know what. Beep, she said, when I'm walking down the street, it's beep, beep, honk, honk, beep, beep, honk, honk, beep, beep, honk, honk. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me move this damn thing. Let me get a good beep, beep, honk, honk. Bonita said, do I move back this way? Bonita said, beep, beep, honk. Mother, don't play. I'm all that. Bonita let him know I'm all that. I gets hit on, and I know she do because she pretty. And then God is gonna sit up there and saying, "You seducing me with your eyes." And she straight told him, "I'll take your." And then so you know she's talking about, watch this, watch this. She out there, her and God is done fell in love. God is done fell in love. When he's wait a minute. When he started talking about his braids and how she sprayed them, she said, you're effing your beautician. You effing her. You can get your hair done. What you say? Almost passed away. Okay. Beep, beep, Hong Kong, bam, boom, bam. Okay. Loved it. They carried this season on their back, y'all. Y'all, when I tell y'all they carried this season, they carried this season. Bonita says she refuses to play Damon's game. And she said, and Gigi says she couldn't believe that he expected two women to willfully share him. She said, if I'm gonna be in a poly relationship, I'm gonna be in a relationship with him, and I'm gonna be in a poly relationship with him. And Bonita was like, that ain't poly. But Bonita he didn't already sat there on TikTok and said that Bonita be with the women. Bonita said, I'm hungry. I'm hungry enough to, and guess what Goddess was doing? When they got the kissing up at the daggone table, Goddess was holding on to Bonita bottom lip. That girl got mesmerized by the beep beep, the bang bam, and she done got, okay, she done got mesmerized by the eyes. She said, your eyes are soothing me. Beep beep, honk honk, bam bam. He's saying, ain't none of y'all coochies good enough to be throwing no mustard on nobody. He told me he never intended to hurt him, but you was lying. He thought that, like Bonita said, you thought that you could have your cake and you could eat it too. She shut that mess down. Shut it down. Bonita made it very clear she was walking away because he already made his choice. Then so Bonita was like, so when he come home from jail? She said, who? She said, I picked him up. She said, what day? October 20th. She said, you mean to tell me that he is, you mean to tell me that this mofo is setting up fake release dates? That's exactly what he did, Bonita. He faked his release date. She said she picked him up on the 21st. He got in the car, called his mama. Bonita told him, you playing chess? I'm playing chess, not checkers. I'll take your beat. I'm thirsty enough and hungry enough to take a watch what I'm doing. Honey, when I tell you that goddess had that daggone look like that, when Bonita said, look, Bonita said, look. I said, okay. He told me, that's what I wanted y'all to do. That's what I wanted y'all to do. No, you ain't want them to do that. You ain't expect that. You ain't see that coming. So he goes out, he calls his mother in the car, he whining like the old that he is. And his mother was like, I told you this wasn't gonna work out. But mom, you and your finger waves was all in it. Come on, you and your little beehive, y'all was all in it. You was narrating, picking up, dropping off, hiding calls, dropping off calls. Come on, mom. Come on, mom. Come on, mom. Don't do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. You was all up in the joint. But anyway, that sure didn't work out, did it? Then because he told them that, that he was going to go to his other bee. I see. You know what? I wish that this was acting, but this is how men be feeling. Some men that are just like this is how they feel. You're replaceable. And they told him, go head on. He gonna call back after he get off the phone with his mother. He gonna call back and try to talk to Goddess, and Bonita, Bonita all on the daggone cell phone, cussing that mofo out. You ain't gonna never see me again. Okay, right, Taylor. Taylor said all in the mix. The mother was all in it. Would you say, JW? JW say, I must just be weird. Career, I want entertained. Okay. I won't want entertained. Oh, I wasn't entertained by any of it. It was a joke. It was just too fake and phony and just too many holes in the plot for me. I loved it. I usually don't like the little fake thing, but I went with this one. I went with this one, JW. Let me tell you why. Because the other couples is phony too. And it was entertaining. I watch a movie or a show that's entertaining. They was entertaining. I mean, you can't tell me that Bonita would not win an Oscar for the supporting actress. It was at least it was entertaining, is how I'm looking at it. But I respect you, boo. I respect your, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't with this. I was with it. I enjoyed every little scratch of it. I sure did. I sure did. Anyway, he says he's going to his other woman, and Benita flat out told. God has flat out told Bonita, she said, I hate that you met me like this, that you had to meet me like this. I hate you had to meet me like this. And I agree. I agree. Because how many other women have met the other woman, right? Under some jacked up circumstances where everybody thought y'all was going to be rolling on the ground and fighting and y'all won't. It didn't even make it to that. I have seen some relationships like that when the girls sit down and they talk to each other. They not mad at each other. And that's maturity. So even if it was fake, like JW said, at least it had the moral of the story is don't be mad at each other. Get that mofo. Don't turn on each other as women. You ain't know, she ain't know. Everybody innocent in the bullcrap but him. Okay? I liked it. Okay, so Taylor, here's in the post. Taylor said, Bonita was legit pissed. Gigi looked annoyed. I don't think them girls was faking. Yeah, they didn't have no reason to be mad at each other. And I'm glad that they ended it that way. Anyway, on Friday, you all rated this episode a 4 star. I rated it a 3. And only reason why I rated it a 3 is because Bonita and them had to carry it. I think that they've carried all of the season. And so that was the only reason why I got a 3 star. I did not get a 4 star because they brought in so I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are, right, for not giving it a 4 or 5 star. Because they ended up bringing them in at the end with their broken story. And he was just gross. He wasn't entertaining. Matter of fact, he was offensive. I believe that they brought them in to replace Carrington and Zay, who has been on social media saying that they knew that Zay was not getting out of jail. So she's been spilling a whole lot of tea downtown on TikTok, but I'm not a TikToker. I go out there and I do what I do. Woo woo. I also believe that they should have ended their story. We should have gotten Kirsten and Brady story ended. And we should have got more information on what happened to Brady. Did he relapse? What's going on? We don't know what happened between the two of them. Also, I think that they should have wrapped this story up too, Michael and Kaylee. So for me, I gave this a 3 star because we had stories that just really needed to be wrapped up and they never got wrapped up. And it leaves us out here thinking what is happening. Moreover, it's now making us think about or have to prepare for another season. They did announce at the end, right, was who was coming back. They're also having another show. I'm gonna run that show past y'all real quick. But yeah, I gave it a 3 star. Let me know what you thought downtown in the comment section. Thank you so much, baby Philly Fox, for the $7 super chat. I appreciate it. And y'all, until we meet again, we got to find something else that we need to watch together. So y'all put it downtown in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Thank you so much to all of the 1,200 people who are here in the chat. I truly do appreciate you all coming through and running through for this conclusion of Love After Lockup Season 7. Love y'all. Bye.